Quarterback rankings time. I'm going to rank every single starting quarterback from 32 all the way down to 1. Before I reveal my quarterback rankings, of course, I got to tell you that today's show is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com/chat where you can save 20% off and get free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. Personally, I recommend the Lawnmower 4.0. So what I figured I would do here is I did NFL power rankings last week. So it's like, all right, let's up the ante a little bit here. Let's go to quarterback rankings. So not only am I going to predict the starting quarterback for all 32 teams, I'm going to rank them. So let me know, y'all, who is your starting quarterback, your favorite team out there? Because a lot of times in this chat, and I get it, and I love that you guys have your QBs back, as you should. I want to know when I go back later on in this video, and I look through the comments, who your favorite quarterback is on your favorite team. That way, I can understand the arguments that you're creating. Coming in here at number 32, the worst starting quarterback in the league is Geno Smith. If Drew Lock was on this list, he probably would also be at around 32. Either way, it's not a great situation in Seattle. Coming in here at number 31, I'm going to go Davis Mills. And I actually saw a lot of growth out of him last season, and I'm hoping that growth continues to go. But there is something called a sophomore slump, and I am worried that since defensive coordinators are going to have a little bit more tape on him, he might not be as effective. At number 30, it's the New York Jets quarterback Zach Wilson. I saw reports that he looks worse than Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is my mortal enemy. It's literally the reason why I made my Twitter. You don't believe me? Go all the way back to my first tweet. It's about Joe Flacco. On top of that, I didn't like what I saw last season. And the Jets, to me, yes, they have a lot of good pieces. I just don't see it with Zach Wilson. I'm sorry. At number 29, we're going to go to the NFC South here. It's Marcus Mariota. He's not the Heisman Trophy candidate like he once was in Oregon. He's not that great player that he once was in Tennessee. He's got a lot of injury issues, but I do think he's getting a legitimate chance here with some big receivers. The one thing that Mariota's always done well is high-pointed the ball. He's got Brian Edwards, Kyle Pitts, some big receivers down there in the ATL. So if you want to join the family, because that's what Chat Sports is, we're a family. And just like I'm sitting up here talking sports, that's what I do at home with my family. So to make sure you never miss any news, never miss any rumors, if breaking stuff happens, we got you covered. So hit that sub button, turn on those notifications. That way you never miss a video. Number 28 here, it's Carolina Panthers quarterback Baker Mayfield. He is technically the front runner here. Probably going to be the starter. Either way, it's not a great situation in Carolina. Coming in at number 27, I'm going to go with Mitch Trubisky. I've seen reports that Mason Rudolph right now looks the best. I get that the fact that they got Kenny Pickett in round 1. I just think that they signed Mitch Trubisky for a reason, and he's going to end up suiting up in the Steel City. Number 26 on my quarterback rankings entering 2022, it's Jared Goff. There hasn't been a lot of talent there in Detroit. I like the addition of Jamison Williams. I like the addition of DJ Chark. I do think you're going to see a better Jared Goff than what you've seen in years past. But, hey, that's not saying a lot. I saw this video trending the other day on social media where Daniel Jones threw the ball out of bounds. I thought he was going to hit somebody in the stands. Now, our Giants host, Marshall Green, said, he's throwing it away or else it's going to get picked. He's probably right. It's just the internet overreacting. I've never been a fan of Daniel. I've never been a big-time believer in Jones' ability since he's come out of Duke, and that's not going to change today. Number 24 on my list is Tua Tagovailoa, and Tua to me is one of these QBs where it's very split. And this is the prove-it year. You are going to finally see how good he is because you can't make up any more excuses. Not only do you have Jalen Waddle, who broke the rookie reception record last year, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Mike Gesicki. You should have a good running game. You upgraded your offensive line. All I know is this is a make-or-break year for Tua. Number 23 on my list is Carson Wentz. And this is honestly probably the point of my rankings that I had the most difficulty with. Because from 23 to 15, I felt like I could have mixed and matched with all of these guys. At number 22, it's Trey Lance. I'm a little bit lower on Trey Lance than some other people out there. I know the upside is legit. He has legitimate top 10 quarterback talent, legitimate top 10 upside. But his throwing motion scares the hell out of me. And I think you're going to see some growing pains for Lance. That's why he's number 22 on my list. At 21, it's famous Jameis. And this might be a little bit disrespectful of some people. But when I think about my quarterback rankings, I think of who do I want to take me to the promised land? Who do I want in the fourth quarter? 2-minute drill, 4th and goal. I don't know if I can count on Jameis Winston in those big-time situations. Before I get into my top 20, y'all, remember today's show presented by Manscaped. Use code CHAT at manscaped.com/chat for the best male grooming products out there. The tool that I recommend more than any is the Lawnmower 4.0. How many people out there shave? And you can be honest with me. I know I shave weekly. And it's important to make sure that you're getting a good high-quality shave, because the worst feeling in the world for me is if I'm rushing and I'm trying to shave down there with a bad razor and I get that chafe, you get those red bumps, that's miserable. Not only is it uncomfortable, but, dude, it itches too, and I do not want any part of that. That's why you get the Lawnmower 4.0. Clean shave, you're not going to get those irritating bumps. And I'm a big fan of their boxers, dude. They have the most comfortable boxers that I have ever worn. Swear on my life on that. And they got this thing that right in the front of the package, it's called the Family Jewels Holder. Why? It holds the jewels in place. So take advantage of our deal, 20% off, manscaped.com/chat. Let's go to number 20 on our list. It is Justin Fields, and here's another player that's based on upside. He's got the legs. He's got the arm talent. I'm hoping that with a offensive-minded coach, or not offensive-minded head coach, Eberflus' defense, but with somebody who has a brain. How about that? Matt Nagy was bad. I think with a good-minded coach, you actually see what you could see from Justin Fields. At 19, it's Mac Jones, another second-year quarterback. He was efficient last season. I think he's a game manager, and that's not a knock on him. There's a lot of quarterbacks that have made their entire career on being a game manager. You can win football games, but the talent and the upside is limited. Last season was a disaster in Jacksonville. Let's call it what it was. Urban Meyer was a joke, and he pissed away his rookie season with Trevor Lawrence. I saw the talent. I think he's a great leader. Since the day he's come out of high school football, you knew Trevor Lawrence was built different. And if I was building a team right now, he'd be one of the top quarterbacks I'd be looking at. Coming in at number 17, we're going to go back to some veterans here. It's Ryan Tannehill. And 2 years ago, I was like, man, Tannehill's taking a turn. He looks like he could be a top 10 quarterback. He was super efficient. Last season, he lost Julio Jones. A.J. Brown battled a few injuries, and the real Ryan Tannehill, I think, stood up. Therefore, I can't put him in my top 16. Speaking of number 16, we're going to stick here in this division. It's Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has been just the face of the Atlanta Falcons for a long, long time. Now he's in Indy. He gets to see a brand new offense. Going to be a run-first offense with Jonathan Taylor. He right now is like the middle of the pack for me. At number 15, it's Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles starting quarterback. And I made a bet last year with Jeremy Chuggs that Jalen Hurts, Derek Carr would have more touchdowns than Hurts. Hurts was really impressive. And right now, if you play fantasy football, I can make an argument he's top 5 quarterback. But from a throwing progression standpoint, it's not there yet. He needs to make quicker decisions. At number 14, it's Kirk Cousins. Mediocre. That's what Kurt is. But the amount of talent he has with Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, and with a brand new head coach in Kevin O'Connell, throw away Mike Zimmer, who did not get along with Cousins at all, you're going to see a lot better Cousins this upcoming season from a statistical standpoint. But if the game's on the line, nobody believes in Kirk Cousins. Coming in here at number 13 is my favorite quarterback, at least it's my guy who runs my favorite team. It's Derek Carr, and I know a lot of people are going to hate on me for this because I am a Raider fan, but when I really think about the overall talent level, DC has been good at times, but he's only been good. I can't put him up in the top 10, can't put him in the elite category, but he does have legit MVP upside because of the division he plays in, and he's now with his best friend in Devontae Adams. All right, y'all, so when you think about quarterback play, I also want you to think about divisions. And which division do you think has the best overall quarterback talent, right? 8 divisions, because coming up here on NFL Daily, I am going to rank every single one of the divisions. So coming in here at number 1, it's the AFC West. I believe with Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, that's the best in the league. Then you go to the AFC North, led by Joe Burrow. NFC West, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray. AFC East, if it wasn't for Josh Allen, this one might be the worst. NFC East, a lot of mediocre, but nobody's really elite. NFC North, NFC South, and then to round out the list, sorry AFC South, but it's just it's not pretty down there. Let's go to the NFC West, where I got Kyler Murray coming in at number 12. Just got a brand new fat paycheck. My concerns about Murray have always been the same. I think he's a child. I know people that know him personally, where I'm living now in Dallas, Texas, and he's a kid. That's why you saw the clause in his contract, and he probably threw a hissy fit that it was in there, which is why it isn't in there anymore. But he does have a lot of legitimate talent. Number 11 here, former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson. And, man, this was tough. This was really tough, and we'll just go to the next one here at number 10. It's Dak Prescott. And this is tough because I flip-flopped this one so dang much. Lamar had some really good numbers, but Jackson did scare me last season. Are the numbers bad because he just lost some talent on offense? He wasn't healthy. Dak, to me, doesn't always pass the eye test, but the numbers are there. You're going to see a lot from these two quarterbacks here. Number 9 is Deshaun Watson, and some of you are like, well, wait, Mitch, I thought you were predicting the starting quarterbacks. I am. And until Watson gets suspended for a full season, which is where I think that he should be, he is technically the Browns starting quarterback. I'm not basing this off week 1. I'm basing this off the starter. I think Deshaun Watson, from a talent standpoint, deserves to be higher on this list, but since he didn't play last season and I didn't see it, I got to put him at number 9. Top 8 time. Let's get into my NFL quarterback power rankings here. Coming in at number 8, it's Russell Wilson. And Wilson, I think, has done a phenomenal job doing what he's done in Seattle, putting a Band-Aid over a lot of, to be honest, bad drafting choices, a lot of bad roster decisions that Seattle has made. He's going to get a really good opportunity in Denver, though he's lost one of his top options in Tim Patrick. Number 7 here is Matthew Stafford. He won the Super Bowl last season, put up phenomenal numbers, 41 touchdowns, sure the 17 interceptions. I am seeing reports that he's got a little bit of a shoulder issue or an arm issue that you would see in more of a baseball player, not so much of a football player. But I do think he deserves a lot of respect considering the fact of everything he went through in Detroit and how much success he had in Los Angeles. Number 6 on my list here is going to be Justin Herbert, and he's got the upside. He has the most passing yards that any quarterback has ever thrown his first 2 seasons in the NFL. It's not really close. The most passing touchdowns in the NFL through his first 2 seasons at 69. Next closest is Dan Marino. He's got the offensive firepower there. Herbert is number 6. The guy that he was drafted after, Joe Burrow, he's number 5. And if you were to ask me which quarterback do I think reminds me the most of Tom Brady, I'm going to say it. It's Joe Burrow. It's Joe Cool. It seems like nothing phases this kid. He's got Jamar Chase. He's got Tyler Boyd. He's got T. Higgins. He's got a really good offense. Personally, I think his head coach is kind of a coward. And I think if you put him on a more daring head coach, they would be a lot more successful offense. But Joe Burrow, to me, is a top 5 quarterback. Now, y'all, you could probably pinpoint the top 4. Some of y'all probably aren't surprised whatsoever. But before I tell you my top 4 quarterbacks and who I believe is the best QB in the NFL right now, give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Twitter. Because usually when I do these shows, I look forward to people getting mad at me. I look forward to people telling me I'm wrong and I'm an idiot. I like talking about it, and I will reply to you if you DM me, but you got to give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter, Mitchell Renz 365. Coming in here at number 4, my quarterback rankings, it's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. Nobody's going to dispute that to me. You're not going to change my mind on this. But in terms of right now, this man is 45 years old. He retired this offseason. He did come back. He's got plenty of firepower there. Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, Mike Evans. Brady led the NFL last season in passing touchdowns and yards. He's still got it. But to me, there are 3 quarterbacks that I would rather have. Coming in at number 3, back-to-back NFL MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He's got the arm strength. He's an incredible player. Best touchdown-interception ratio of all time. He lost Davante Adams. I'm not saying Davante Adams made Aaron Rodgers, but 3 years ago, Rodgers thrown for 26 touchdowns. I do think the touchdown numbers are going to come down just a little bit. Number 2 here on my list, and we just go to number 1. Let's just go with it. Josh Allen at number 2, Patrick Mahomes at number 1. That game that I watched last season between the Chiefs and the Bills illustrated to me that these 2 guys are aliens. These 2 quarterbacks are different. And every other NFL team should be trying to chase to see what these 2 guys have because it's a cheat code. Josh Allen's ability to run, Josh Allen's arm talent, Patrick Mahomes' ability to escape pressure and throw the ball down the field. I will say there's a lot of storylines around both these QBs because Allen doesn't have Brian Dable anymore and Mahomes doesn't have Tyreek Hill. So you are going to learn a lot about both of these young quarterbacks. So that was it, y'all. My top 32 quarterbacks. I believe Patrick Mahomes is number 1. I can make an argument for Josh Allen. I can make an argument for Tom Brady. I can make an argument for Aaron Rodgers. And hell, I think Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow can make that argument as well. But I want to know from y'all, who is the best quarterback in the National Football League right now? All right, let's wrap this thing up. Shout out to Manscaped. When you look at the quarterback rankings from top to bottom, if you guys want to get some future shout outs, please take a screenshot of these, post it on Instagram, post it on Twitter. Make sure you tag Chat Sports in it because we will share all of these. And if you want to tag me as well, I will be more than happy to share it as well. Because if you're taking time out of your day to watch what we're doing here at Chat Sports, then I'm going to take time out of my day to show you and prove to you that I appreciate that you made it to the end of the video.